Hi, this is Andrea, and I'm going to be sharing my realization in relation to a blog done by Bernard Pullman, specifically one of his blogs based on the 7-year process. And this is a specific self-forgiveness statement that he made on his blog called Letting Go of Regret. And I'll read it to you and then I'll share my realization within this point. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to fail to see that letting go is in fact the act of regret, as it follows that which could have been directed breath by breath in ways that is best for all relationships. But because I submitted to my fears and desires for a controlled outcome within which I get what I want, and thus I end up as the winner, as per my definition as I created it in my imagination, I end up in regret when my imagination and visualization failed to materialize the way I wanted to be, and then I have to let go of my desire and accept failure. Thus, letting go is so difficult, as it implies my acceptance of failure as the mind and ego, and my mind does not like to lose. So what I saw within reading this specific self-forgiveness statement was how we as humanity use the point of letting go, where we trap ourselves within day-to-day regret. As humanity, we see what is happening in this world. We see everything deteriorating, everything getting worse, the abuse escalating, everything that is happening within the system to ourselves, family, each other, the animal kingdom, nature. And we see this happening, and then what we do is we allow ourselves to go into points of sadness and regret, and then we simply let it go. You also find this specific terminology being used quite often within things like spirituality and philosophies. Let it go. Move beyond your past. Move beyond your sorrow. Let the regret go. And then in spirituality, for example, you'll have these visualization and meditation exercises where people will take their regret and sorrow and place it in a little bubble, and then they will let it go from them as this ball of light that dissipates into the universe. Christianity or religions will, for example, use the concept of ask forgiveness from God, and then you can let go of your regret and your sorrow and your sins. So you have within various philosophies, religions and cultural makeups, you have ways of us letting go. And it is actually thus indicating that as humanity we are seeing what is going on. We are experiencing to some extent what is going on, but then we turn that which we see and understand, to a large extent most of us actually understand what is going on, but we turn that experience into an energetic, emotional experience of regret, and then we let it go, meaning we let it be. Now this sounds very good, especially in the way that religions and spirituality has sort of prettified the concept of letting things go. But if we actually look in self-honesty at the point of letting go, if it is not done from my own understanding and experience, if this letting go process is not done from the starting point of what do I realize about what I've experienced, what I've understood, what is it that I'm going to self-honestly align within myself to not allow this point to recur again? What is it that I've realized? What have I learned about my participation within this event, so that I may stop the pattern from repeating itself within my life, within the relationships that I form, within how my children are going to grow up and learn from me, from those who I participate in, who I set an example for. And as humanity, how are we setting examples for each other? Because if I'm going to accept and allow something to continue happening within my world without seeing, realizing and understanding that what it is exactly that I'm busy doing, and I accept and allow that point to continue existing within my world, then the next person does it, and the next person does it, and eventually, as humanity, we all accept what is happening around us, and we go into the eternal regret point. We're always so regretful of bad things happening, and yet nobody ever actually moves from regret to what can I do to change this so that nobody ever again has to regret anything. So regret in itself is a compounded emotional experience which we all have actually become addicted to, just accepting and allowing ourselves as emotional states where we become it, we experience it, and we for a moment perceive ourselves as letting it go, which means we go, whatever, starving people, whatever. That's actually what goes on. But the face that is presented from ourselves to the world is, I'm so sad. Oh my God, I regret that humanity has become so deceitful, and that we are withholding resources from people simply because they don't have money, and that we are forcing people into economic brackets and then blaming them that they are in those economic brackets by withholding resources, and we claim that this is what is best for everybody because we're doing what is best for an economy that forces people into abusive life situations where they can't feed themselves or their families. And everybody is always very regretful, and yet we don't use it as a lesson for us to be able to change that which is here so that we don't have to continually live as regret. Thank you very much.